Yo, welcome Flyffers. So today another developer's note got released and we sadly still have no ETA for the upcoming update that was supposed to come in autumn. So now it's February, but still we are getting some new information feeded as a teaser. And we are starting off with master quests. Then we will go in more detail for the multistat paging. And then in the end, we will analyze the pity system. And I will try to explain if it's good or bad and what you can expect from it and how to prepare for it. So yeah, in general, the master quests, I was like, when I was reading it, I was like, oh no, they said they're never going to do all those rebirth shit, like this cheap content recycling and whatever. But they actually made a pretty nice turn to it. So if you reset your level, so let's say to level 60, and you're doing one of the master quests that are available in the volcano, you will get only cosmetic rewards. So no one is forced to do it unless you like the cosmetic style of the quest. Then next up, which is also really important, when you de-level to do those quests, you can keep your gear on. So you don't have to buy any new gear. So it's basically just more content to be grinded, but solely for cosmetics. And now we're coming to the really interesting part. If you don't want to continue the quest, you can stop the quest and you will go back to your original level. So if you are level 140 and you want to do the level 60 master quest as an example, you would have to be level 120 at least. But if you would finish the quest, you would jump back to 140, which means you don't have to stay at the low level. It's not a permanent rebirth, and you have to grind all the way up again. So yeah, this is especially important for the people that are playing PvP, where you cannot afford to have like multiple weeks at a low level, because you will not score any points in Siege if you don't have the access to all the stat points. So this system makes perfect sense. Like there's nothing to argue about that is bad. The only thing that I could see that would have probably motivated more people participating in the system is if the stats wouldn't be only cosmetic that you can get. So maybe like 10 stats and you can randomly distribute it to have more unique character directions, or even add a system where you can upgrade skills. That would have been probably great. So you do one of those master quests and let's say Hit of Pena usually can be leveled up to level 10. And now you get one more skill point that you can put on into intentional maxed out skills to get them like one extra level. Something like this would have been creative and probably motivated more people to do. And since everyone can do it without having to and even decide when he wants to do it due to the re-level option, there's also not a big balance issue regarding the state if they would have added stats to it. Now, something that was suggested already before the game even was released and now finally found its way in, this is the multistat page system. It's, I think it was necessary from the start. Almost every MMO has it, and that they included it into the Battle Pass. So now when you purchase the Battle Pass, you will get all the Battle Pass features, but you will also have the option to switch between two different stat pages. And when I was reading this the first time, I was like, wait a minute. They are putting it on a key so you can switch it with a hotkey. And I was like, oh fuck, I was scared because in Siege, people could switch it with like one click. And then I got a slight relief when I was reading that it is a 15-minute cooldown in between the stat page switching. So for PvE reason, this is perfectly fine. Like waiting 15 minutes to do a dungeon or like switch from leveling to doing a dungeon is perfectly fine. And this allows you to not stop investing into all those kinds of restats, which was just a cheap way of Gala to make money. And now it's so much more user friendly. The only thing that you could mock about is that the Battle Pass can only be purchased with F coins and is a non-tradable item. So free-to-play players cannot benefit from this feature at all. That's the only downside to it. So they would have to purchase the battle pass, but that's also their strategy, right? They want to get those free-to-play players to at least purchase the battle pass. Like that's the least that they want from those players, so they provide value to their game. That's all, and they are trying to get those players to purchase as well. Now let's go in probably the most important topic, the pity system. So when they first were talking about the pity system, they said that they want to have a guaranteed success after a certain amount. And then here they said that they tweaked it a bit, and they did. And I will try to explain it in more detail. And it's still not 100% sure if it's player friendly or not, and I will explain you exactly why. So the way it is described here, you are having a fixed success rate on an item, and you're getting the success rate that you have added on. So basically, let's make an easy example. You want to pierce a weapon, which means you're getting, and you have a 1% chance. If you're doing your next try, you have a 2% chance. If you're doing your third try, you're having a 3% chance. So in theory, after 100 tries, you would have a guaranteed success. And this way, if all the upgrade rates would stay the way they are, you would pay a lot less to upgrade your items, like a lot. But they are aware of this fact. So what they did is decreasing the success rates of all the upgrades. Which means now, like an upgrade that would have had like a 1% upgrade success rate, now maybe has a 0.1 chance of upgrading. And this is also the reason why we cannot decide yet if this pity system is player friendly or not, because it all comes down to what percentage did they lower the pity system. But in general, the way the system is designed is you will have a lot more people that are not going to quit because they felt really unlucky. So in the dev note, they are referring to a Markov chain, which what I learned is only for timed events. So I'm not sure why they're referring to it, but I could be mistaken here. And I will try to explain you how to understand the statistics with the Normalverteilung. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's this little curve right here. And if we're looking at it, it's, so we can say that the blue thing right here is people that are having success, and the red ones are the people that have no success. So there's going to be, we're looking at average amounts. So let's say 1% upgrade rate, right, would mean on average you need 100 tries to get it. So that's the base where we're going to go through. And all those people right here, they will get it around at 100 tries. If you go to the right side, those are the people, the lower you go on the curve, the more tries they will actually need to get to the point. While those right here are the ones that are really lucky and getting it faster than the average. And as a publisher, you want to have the bad experience removed from the players and keep them addicted to your gambling game style. So you want to remove those parts of the curve, probably right to up here, right? That's basically your goal if you design a pity system. Because if you have a whale that is going into a direction right here and then quits the game, you will be hit by a hard loss as a publisher. So all the pity system does is making sure that whales don't go into this bad curve right here and quit the game. That's why you introduce a pity system. And the way they are doing it is by increasing the chance based on the repetitive outcome of your success rate. And this way, you will have a lot more people that are getting it before the guaranteed success. And as long as the guaranteed success amount is in a reasonable number, I'm pretty sure there's nothing to complain about. But if this number is going to be like really high, then they're probably receiving a big shitstorm. And yeah, we will have to see, and I will try to keep you updated as soon as we have more information about the actual success rates. And I hope they're releasing the success rates soon, because now with this change, I also understand why they didn't release the success rates for the piercings yet, because without this explanation of the pity system, people would have probably cried that the success rates on the weapon piercings are so low. But with this in mind, and maybe in the next dev node we're getting the information, we can fully determine how many tries on average you need, and if like how much cheaper upgrading is actually getting, or if it's like not getting cheaper at all, maybe it's getting more expensive. Like we can do a full analysis then as soon as we have those informations. So if you want to stay tuned and don't miss this one, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Cheers guys.